Good afternoon, all. It's your baby boomer Kitty Lane from the Peninsula in Virginia, back with another Create and Relate. Before I go any further, I would like to thank all of my subscribers, new and those who have rocked with me since the very beginning. I think you guys are amazing, and I thank you for thinking enough of me to subscribe to my channel. I do ask one little small favor: when you pop in, please hit the like button. And to anybody, those just popping in to see what I'm about, please just hit the like button. It all goes into the algorithm. So, here lately I have been doing the excuse me. I have been doing the engagement questions. So, I think I'm going to jump right in and go with that first, I think. Okay, so this is from the Astral level. No, you know what? Let's go back. We'll save that for the end. So you know that I had been doing this Big Bowls Challenge. I love saying that. And we are in day 5 of the challenge. I had intended to do so much last night because I had such a busy day yesterday. And oh my God, I was just a 2-hour hospital testing day turned into several hours. I got there at 9 and I got back home after 1:30. Yeah. So it took a large chunk of my day away. And of course, when I got in, I went and got the kids from the bus stop. And we had to go to the store. And we left that store. I dropped the kids off at home. It was another store I had to go to, but with what I had, it was too much to handle with the kids. So I dropped them and the food that I got off back at the apartment, hopped back on my little scooter, headed to the second store, ran into a friend of mine, got sidetracked to the point that I really forgot what I was going to the store to get. So then I left and turned around and came home. Then I was reminded of the things that I needed to get. So I went back to the store to get those things, and then I got aggravated because of the rudeness of people, and I turned around and came home without getting everything that I needed. So when I got back home, a conversation came up in which what I forgot or what I didn't get when I went to the second store came up in the conversation. So I went back to the store, and guys, that trip made the whole day worth it. If you remember, my youngest daughter and I share an apartment with her children, my grandchildren. And my baby girl uses a backpack because she generally walks to work. It takes her about 30 minutes to walk to work. If it's raining or whatever, she might get a ride from her bestie, or she'll catch a Lyft or an Uber. But she broke her backpack. And in conversation, it came up that her umbrella had been broken as well. She's had the same style umbrella since middle school. And she'll be 35 this year. So we're talking a good 20 plus years. So at any rate, I went over and I'm looking at book bags because I know she needs a book bag, and I'm going through, and the cheapest one I found was like $28, but it didn't look like it would last. And I know the kind of things that she packs, and I was worried about the quality. I didn't want it to come loose on her and we'd be right back in the same situation. And $30 may not sound like a lot to some people, but if you get it and it only lasts for a few days, that's a problem. I mean, one of the things she puts in her bag are shoes. So it has to be able to, hold these shoes. along with everything else that she puts in there. So I kept looking at book bags, and then I saw this one was bigger than all the other ones. It was well constructed, and I was like, oh my God, well, at least I can look at it and see, get a base of how the book bags run, because, just looking at the quality of it, I'm like, this thing has got to be at least $50, and then it didn't have a price tag on it. So being that I was in Walmart, of course I used my Walmart scan, and I scanned the barcode, and when I saw the price that came up, y'all, I snatched that book bag so fast and put it in my cart, because I did not want to give anybody else the opportunity to come back and get this book bag. I really did not. That book bag was $13. $13, y'all. And it was the best book bag they had up there. I'm talking instead of the name brands and the supposed to be bougie book bags, and y'all, this book bag was legit. Okay. And then on my way out, I happened to pass the umbrellas, and they had 2 rainbow umbrellas. So I snatched baby girl one of the umbrellas, and I was like, I didn't want to hide it from her, but I didn't want her to see it as soon as I came in. And of course, on the scooter, I don't have anywhere to hide anything. I don't. And I had taken my bag off the scooter some time ago and never put it back. So I couldn't even put it in my big bag. So when I came in the house, I put it behind me. And I walk over to the counter because she was in the kitchen preparing dinner. Smells so good. We had Sloppy Joe's last night. And I told her, I said, I went to the store this time for you. This is a surprise for you. And she's like, okay. I mean, straight face and everything, like, I'm tired, I'm ready to go to bed. Okay, I appreciate it. Usually when I say that, because she does most of the cooking, I'll buy something for the kitchen, When I set that book bag on the counter, it's like every layer, every ounce, every iota of nonchalant just left her face. Her face lit up like the sun. She was so happy. She got like the Grinch grin. Okay? That did my heart all the good in the world. I was so happy to see baby girl so happy. And it made me feel really, really good. When you do something right, and you know that what you're doing comes from the heart, and you know that they're going to appreciate it anyway. But when you can get that kind of response from doing something right, and it tickles your soul, it warms your soul. There's a whole lot of positive things for your soul. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. So baby girl was happy. I was happy that baby girl was happy. It made for a good evening. It really did. So, with all of that, I didn't get too much crocheting done last night. I didn't even finish this little section right here. After all the running I had done yesterday, usually when I go to the doctor, I come home and take a nap. I didn't have time to. So I sat in the chair. It was like 10 something. When I woke up again, it was it was 12:26. So I got up. I had dropped my crochet hook. I fell asleep, y'all. I went to sleep. And I had dropped it, and I was kind of looking around for it. Got up and used the bathroom, came back in, and I was like, okay, I can usually see everything from my bed, like under this chair I sit in and everything. So So I sat up on the bed and I looked and I don't see anything skimming the surface. So I was like, okay, grab my phone, grab the TV control, and I made the mistake of laying down. That was all she wrote. That was all she wrote until 5:13 this morning. I got up, I sat up, I changed the channel, I laid back down. So y'all, I didn't get up until after 11:30 today. I didn't. But it feels so good to have slept and to have actually rested while I slept. My body needed that. My mind needed that. My spirit needed that. Everything needed that. And I feel really good. So I've had my cup of coffee. I've had my breakfast. I've taken my medication. First time in 3 days. Sometimes I be forgetting, y'all. Yeah, because I did not take it Thursday. We were up trying to get the kids ready to get on the bus and go to school. I didn't take it Friday because I had those tests and I wasn't supposed to eat or drink anything. 4 hours, I said 6 hours before the procedure. So having to be there at 9, 3 o'clock in the morning was like the latest, you know. Actually, it was 4 something because my procedure was at 10:30, and I had to be there an hour and a half early for registration and prep. But yeah, when you start a routine and something disrupts that routine, it's easy for the disruption to become a little bit of a habit. You know, especially when it's something as tedious as sorting and taking your pills. 6 days a week, I take 6 pills a day in the morning and 2 to 4 in the evenings. If my pain level is high, I take my ibuprofen. I take my go to sleep medicine. I take my anti-anxiety medication, and I take my allergy medication. So yeah, sometimes if I haven't had an outdoor day or haven't really done anything that involves, my allergies, I won't take the allergy pill. And if the pain level is tolerable, I won't take the ibuprofen. And then 1 day a week I take my vitamin D. So like I said, I skipped Thursday, I skipped Friday, so I made sure I got today. I've already had a cup of coffee and a half a bottle of water. I will probably finish this off before we finish this video. Okay. Water is so good. I mean, for it to be tasteless, it is so good. I know there was more that I wanted to say. Here we go. So, like I said, this is what I have come up with so far. And this is all a part of the Big Bowl Challenge. Yep. And I'm excited because I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I see this project actually being completed. I do. And I'm excited about that. You start some things sometimes and you're like, huh. Especially if it's not with a real purpose behind it, And I'm one of those, I don't care if I don't crochet but 2 stitches. I have to crochet every day, even if I feel like I lost my mojo. So I can tell you what has happened and what I'll try to do. Whew. I will try to take a picture. And that way I can show you what we have. You know what? I don't know if I like these phones that have 1,000 cameras in the back of them. I'm not sure that I really like those. It's too much. Oh Lord, have mercy. Then the key wants to come out. Why is it when you're recording a video, everything wants to get in the way? I can sit in my room sometimes for hours and nobody says anything. Nobody, everybody stays away or whatever, and as soon as I push that record button, it's on. Okay, I'm trying to see if I can. Alright. So, those are my colors. They're all forms of blues. There are a couple in there that have kind of greenish, and I'm like the teal and the aqua, but they're still like blue and green. So, that's what I am going to do for one of the I know this one right here is coming off. This one in the middle, it's kind of coming off like a beige, but it's actually denim blue. And then of course you got your aqua here, and you got your teal over there. This one right here and this one right here, those are actually cyan. I did that backwards. It's the two on the end, the middle and the bottom. Those are cyan. It's this one right here, that's teal. But I got navy, royal, cyan, teal, denim blue, yeah, that one is, I'm confused. That one is cyan as well. The one that I said blue on the bottom, they actually say it's sapphire. And then I forgot what kind of blue they call that one at the top on the side, but the other one is light blue, and the one in the middle is aqua. So I was trying to go from like dark to light. I don't know how it's going to be. I just wanted to put them up there that way. I have not drawn out the design yet. I am going to be doing that today and probably graphing it. I know that whatever crocheting I have to do, I want to get it done by 4. I want to run over to the store and get what I have to get, and then when I come back I'm going to have to be focused on doing that, because the longest part of me designing something is putting it on the graph paper. That is actually the longest. I really still have not decided whether I'm going to do graph paper or whether I'm going to use Excel on my computer. Part of me is thinking Excel might be better because I can color code it without having to constantly, switch pens or pencils, and it'll be easy to correct if I need to correct it. So that might be the route that I go. And maybe that will inspire me to hook up my printer and print it off so it'll be done. It's not a laziness, it's just I can't seem to keep this area clear where I want the printer to go, and then I don't have the space that I need to plug it up, so I have to get something, you know. I don't want to use an extension cord. Maybe, I don't know. We'll figure it out. We would definitely figure it out. But I know that I only have until Monday before I have to get started on my crochet along for the rest of the month, which is the runners for everything and the trinket cups. Mama's busy, y'all. Yes, Mama is busy. So that's what's on my hook for the day, even though part of it is not necessarily on the hook. It is crochet pertinent. So back to the engaging question. Oh, no, before I go any further, Lisa from Happy to Hook is actually on day 2 of her craft fair. So please keep the well wishes and the love flowing in her direction for that to be successful for her. Again, I ask, has anyone been in contact with Kiara? I'm concerned, I'm worried. I just want to know that she's okay. Another congratulations to Thris on the new grandbaby. Okay. I want to know who to highlight at the end. My mind goes bad. Kiara, Thris, and y'all, I have to give a big shout out to Juan, the yarn addict. I think he is doing absolutely great things. I admire his energy. I admire his how do you say the word? I'll just say giving nature. I think, you know, him and Auntie Maureen, Sarah Satch, I know that they both generally do a lot, and Lisa does too, but I know that those 4 generally do a lot of giveaways. They do a lot of sharing, and I just think it's absolutely great. There was something that I think I shared this with you too, that Skein Spider did in shouting out channels that she recommended other people watch. And as I looked at that, and even though it was a while ago that she did it, I was like, you know, how great would it be if each one of us chose like 5 channels that didn't have a lot of subscribers or didn't have a lot of views, and we shouted them out so we could help them build their community too. It's just something that we could do for each other. It doesn't take a long time. It doesn't take a lot of energy. It's just something we can do to boost each other. And just think about it. If you shout out 5 people a month, if you just go to their channel, subscribe, look at a little of their content, hit those likes, and then in a video or post, you post those 5 names. Think about it. You just gave them 5 subscriptions, right? Or you just gave them your 1 subscription. Chances are they'll subscribe back. I know generally that's what I do. When I get subscribers and I go down my subscriptions, I subscribe to those who have content. Those who don't have any content, I'll go back and check them, from time to time. But I know that there are a lot of people out here with not so good intentions. So, like, if they have any kind of content, at all, I generally will subscribe back. And it's just to help the community grow. It's just a selfless way of help, just a way to say, hey, thank you, I appreciate you, So if we could just do that for everybody, regardless of how you feel about what they put out, just the fact that they have taken the time to do this, it's conviction enough for them to step forward in doing this. And they value our community enough to do it within our community. So it doesn't matter if they have, the happy content that you like, or you feel like they're liars because they say I love you. Doesn't matter. It's just a way to uplift, build each other, to help each other. That's it. Y'all know me. I'm all about the good stuff. I just think that we all are here on this earth together, and we should all get along in some way, shape, form, and fashion, even if it means staying away from each other to get along. Whatever it takes to get along, I think that's what we should do. And especially in communities such as our crochet, our yarn, our fiber communities, it's not like you can step out your door and every person you walk into is into what we do. So we have a certain mindset, and I feel that we should come together at least in that mindset, in the mindset of the art of craft. Oh boy. That is so good. One bottle of water gone, at least 3 to go. And I've got the second one sitting right here. So I'm prepared. I'm prepared. Now on to our engagement question. So, even though I'm not really an astral person, I call it, those places give me trouble when it's warm. I don't get into horoscopes. I don't think that you can predict how a group of people are going to maneuver throughout the day, or how things around them are going to maneuver. I think that's God's thing. I just don't think we as humans are, I know we have a lot of gifts, and I'm not saying that there's some people out there who don't have that gift. But what I'm saying is, you can pick up anything now and see a horoscope. Click on anything and see a horoscope. And, it's just one person's opinion. Now, I don't believe in horoscopes, but I do believe in zodiacs. The very difference being, I do believe that there are certain characteristics, try saying that fast 3 times in a row, that go along with the time of year that you were born. For instance, I am Sagittarius. My birthday is December 2nd. I know that I tend to be very outspoken. Thank God over the years I have learned to be tactful. But if I have something on my mind, chances are it's going to come out. I'm very straightforward lots of times, and I've seen it too often. For some reason, Sagittarians lead very unbelievable lives. So lots of times when they speak, we're automatically called liars. And then when we prove ourselves, one or two things happen. We never get an apology for being called a liar. And those people feel so bad that they called us a liar that they don't stay around. Or our truth becomes their truth. And instead of saying, hey, I know you told me this, I know this happened, then they live it and portray it and send it on like this only happened to them. They weren't warned about it, nothing. I think you understand what I'm saying. Which, neither of the two, over the course of the years, bothers me anymore. At one point in time it did, but they don't bother me anymore, because I believe that the people that God intended to be in my life are here. Those that He intends to be in my life in the future will be here. There is a weeding season every so often that comes around, and that's the way God keeps the bad out of your life, or those that are not meant to be around you, away from you. So with that being said, like I said, that's part of Sagittarius. Also, we're spontaneous. We get bored easily. We like routines to a certain point. When it comes to accomplishing things that we need to accomplish, we like routines. You know, I get up in the morning, I go to the bathroom to start my day, I make my cup of coffee. Typically, this is my day. While I'm sipping my coffee, I'm trying to make a video. Whether I post it or not is, we're working on it. I'm also pulling out my medications. And before I finish my coffee, I have taken my medicine. When I take my cup in the kitchen is when I grab a bite to eat. Usually something very light, a bagel, a Pop-Tart, a little cup of oatmeal, a cup of yogurt, something. But it's something small and light, just to break just to break the art of fasting while I was asleep. And then I go about my day from there. You know, then it's usually put up the dishes that are in the dish strainer, come back, crochet for a little bit, go back, wash the dishes that are in the sink, come back, crochet a little bit, go back, clean the stove and the countertops. You know, it's that type of thing. Those routines I don't mind. But when it comes to friendships or any other kind of relationship, I don't want 9 o'clock every morning, you knock on my door, hey, I'm here with the coffee. That's real sweet the first few times it happens. Then after that, it becomes to us like okay, how about I bring coffee to you next time? Or how about it's not coffee the next time? You got a bottle of Fiji water, or, a bottle of Propel, or whatever. When it becomes routine and it involves others, it's like we're looking for that new freshness, which lots of times causes us to become withdrawn. When you find a Sagittarian who is quiet, and trust me, we're very shy, but we talk a lot. Very friendly, very easy to engage in conversation. We can be classified as confrontational, but I think maturity comes with losing a lot of that. We're naturally intelligent and very in tune with the things around us that involve energy. We're high energy people. Now, let's talk about somebody that's not in my household. Okay. Still part of the family, not in my household. We're going to talk about Cancer. I won't say that of all the Cancers that I know that they are the friendliest, but they're up there at the top. They're very easy to relax with. They're very easy to talk to. They're very easy to learn from. They are studiers. They have a very high level of wisdom. They're very intellectual, and to get into a conversation with them, if you are not an open-minded person and willing to learn, you don't want to talk to a Cancer, because they get deep. They get really, really, really deep in any topic that they talk about. And trust me, they're not just talking off the dome. It's not like Sagittarius, something that we've experienced over and over. So without going back and researching it, we can pretty much tell you that this is the norm for this. No. Cancer, they go back. If they say a pen has a point on it, then they want to see that pen. They want to examine that pen. They're going to go do research to find out when the first pen was made, how it was used. Was it called a pen? This is cancer. They're like very, very, very deep. They're research oriented. But the fallacy with cancer is that if you ever cross them, you will not know it until it's too late. There is no warning. There is no build-up. There's none of that. Now, the beauty in that is that when they explode, it's over. It's over. Most of the cancers that I know, as a matter of fact, all of the cancers that I know, they have a violent outburst, but they are not violent. What I mean is, if they get mad enough, they will punch a wall. They will kick a door. They will hit their car. They will punch a tree. They will punch a building. They don't hit other people. And when you get them mad, you get them that mad. You jump from the ha 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 to the bam. And it's their way of telling you they've had enough. They're done. They don't want to have this discussion anymore. They don't. It's scary when it happens, but when you go back and assess the situation, you're like, where did I, when, but they just, but they don't hit people. Now don't get me wrong. Every cancer that I know is capable of handling themselves in that type of situation if need be. And they are very, very, very protective of their loved ones. They are extremely protective of their loved ones. Mama, father, sister, brother, aunt, uncle, best friend, just became a friend, somebody that's just in their circle, whatever. They are highly protective of those people that mean something to them. Okay? Now let me pick somebody else who's not in the family. Okay, here's one. And let's see if y'all can help me figure this one out. Mean mugging. What I mean by mean mugging, always walking around looking like they mad at the world. They seem to have a very nonchalant attitude. They seem to be not that person you want to approach or want to come in contact with, but if you get past the exterior, they are the absolute sweetest. They just don't allow that many people in to see. And if you want loyalty, those are the ones to have. I put them above Sagittarius. One day I'm going to give you a layout of different categories and where I place each sign. But this particular one, once you're in there, and when I say in their pocket, I mean in their circle, in their group, in their heart. Once you're there, you're there. Even if they get upset with you, they will do anything in the world to protect you. They will do anything in the world to help you. They might try to give you life lessons so that y'all don't have to keep going down that path. Another thing about them is that they're not quick to motivate unless you reach a certain level with them. Can anybody tell me which zodiac sign I'm talking about? I'm talking about them half October, half November babies. I'm talking about them Scorpios. Scorpios, if you have a Scorpio as a friend, you're locked for life. And it's sad that you can hurt them in the worst kind of way. But once you're in their heart, you're there. You're there. Like I said, you can hurt them in the worst kind of way. And they might even put separation between the two of you. But if you call them 20 years later and say, look, I hit a snag, and I know you probably don't want to hear from me because of what happened the last time we were together. But I need help. Okay, what do you need? And it might happen from a distance. But that's Scorpio. And if y'all do happen to be face to face, they're going to look like they mad at you forever. And they might be. But they give loyalty a whole new name. Now, I have told you about 3 zodiac signs. So what I want you to do in the comments below is give me some of your characteristics. I don't want to know your birthday. I don't want to know your zodiac sign. And I want to see if I can guess who you are based on the characteristics that you give me. Now, I already told you how I am being a Sagittarius. And not only that, I'm talking about my daughter. I'm talking about my cousins. I got several cousins who are Sagittarius. My ex-husband was Sagittarius. And it's just how we are. It's just how we are. We have a gift for gab. We talk. And if it's something we know about, we're going to talk some more. We do. We don't intend to step on toes, but, generally with us, if it comes up, it comes out. Like I said, when things start to get boring, we look for the next adventure in a heartbeat. We do. We can't stand to be bored. We are, like I said, extroverted introverts. We love being around people, but it's got to be people that match our energy. We're very energy driven. So it's got to be people that match our energy. And even in a group of those, we can find our own private little corner and be just as happy just knowing that they're there. I can go close myself up in the bathroom sometime. Just knowing that my family is here, I'm good. I'm good. So like I said, in the comments, if you will, just leave me some of your characteristics and see if I can figure out what your horoscope is. Just something to do. Something to do. I also want to ask you guys, have any of you been keeping up with your emotional journals? I don't want to know what's in them. That's not for me. It's not for anybody else. It's just for you. It's just something that I think will help people stay in touch with their emotions and, kind of work through things. Because sometimes when you see a pattern, say for instance, from the middle of June until the middle of August, I tend to have a hard time, as I'm writing things down and jotting things, and I realize that this pretty much started in 2019. After losing my mother on the 16th of June, which was Father's Day. And, of course, that's also the time, that a lot of schools are letting out. My mother was a school teacher. So we were starting our summer vacation, a lot of which involved fishing. So July and August were our fishing months. But the first weekend in August is the family reunion, and everybody always talks about the loved ones that are no longer with us. So I'm hearing about Jean. So it brings back those feelings of missing my mama, and usually about the middle of August that lifts, but then it comes back in October. And as much as I love Halloween, what's overpowering that is the fact my mother's birthday is October 27th, and this is when we're usually, meaning the family, getting all of our plans together for what we're going to do for her birthday. Even now we still do that. We go out to dinner, or somebody cooks and we all get together. So keep those journals. Keep posting in those journals. And like I said, if you see patterns, think back, what time of year is it, or what significant happened, in my life during this time. Why is it that when this time rolls around? Because lots of times our emotions are based subconsciously. We don't even realize that we're going through these things, good or bad, and what it may be related to. I know whenever I hear the word Connecticut, I get a sudden rush of fear. But it goes back to my childhood. We were on our way to Connecticut for one of our weekend trips. And there was an accident on the way, and my mom stopped, and it was a car full of people who had been drinking. They were all drunk, and they had driven their car into a ditch. And my mother is behind this car that's inclined up, and they're trying to push this car to the ditch, and my mother is behind this car. Okay, I mean, anything could have happened. They could have slipped into reverse or stopped trying to drive forward, and the way that this car could have come back and crushed all of them. But my mama was one of them. You know what I'm saying? So I get this rush of fear anytime I hear the word Connecticut, and I have family in Connecticut. So like I said, when you keep journals like that, then you can go back and pinpoint certain things, and sometimes it might be something that needs to be worked on. Or if it's positive, it's something that you can look forward to. If you know that, say, your significant other's birthday is, let's see, I'm picking a date here, August 17th, and that's, generally a time that you're starting to prepare to get the kids to go back to school, or you yourself are getting ready to go back to school, whatever the case may be. And but instead of getting caught up in the back to school stuff that everybody else is caught up in, you tend to get kind of giggly. You're kind of happy. And if you're looking at this journal, you're like, every year around the 12th of August, and it lasts until like the 18th. What happens in there that I'm so giddy, that I'm so happy? My loved one's birthday is on the 17th. And we always celebrate and do something good. So for that whole week, I'm like, and it just, you follow what I'm saying. So guys, I'm not going to keep you guys much longer. Like I said, in the comments, if you will, just give me a brief description of your personality, your base personality. I don't want to know things like I get up every morning at 5 o'clock and I put on the pot of coffee, and most of us do. I want to know what distinguishes you from other people. Are you like Aries, who just feels it necessary to give people pointless information all the time? And I'm only saying this based off the people I know. Every Aries I know, if you want a good conversationalist, they're the ones to talk to. An Arian can talk you to sleep. They can. But they love hard. They love hard, and their intentions are really good. Yeah. So like I said, just let me know. And if you will, please hit those thumbs and strike that bell that's got the dimples so you'll know when I'm here. Please continue to comment and share, and convince others to come and subscribe. I am going to get back to my home. Nope. Today Today is a horror movie day for me. I'm not even sure what I started with today. And I'll put An American Werewolf in London is where we're starting. And then I'm going to do An American Werewolf in Paris. And then I'm going to see if I can find Howl. Or The Howling. Yep, that's what I'm going to see if I can find. So it's a werewolf kind of day for me today. Might even see if I can find Twilight. Because it's not just about the cold ones. But you guys go about and you have an exceptional day. Know that I love you. And know that that's true. And I will definitely see you all very soon. Have a good one, guys. Bye.